Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this first Campus Services Connection Series live event. My name is Catherine Ellsworth, and I'm a marketing specialist with Campus Services. And tonight I'm joined by
Crystal Caldwell, the Manager of Customer Experience in the Talon Service Center.
Yeah, and so tonight what we're going to be doing is giving you an overview about campus services. I think sometimes we throw around the word campus services a lot and it might not resonate, especially with some of our newer students and families that are joining us. And so we want to make sure that we're able to dive a little bit deeper into our departments, how we are here to serve our students, and make sure that we're giving you some information that is going to be helpful in preparing you to come to campus in the fall. And so before we dive in a little bit deeper and start talking about some of our other departments, I want to give Crystal an opportunity to talk to us about the Talon One Service Center, which you've probably heard about quite a few times, but just a refresher about what Talon One is and how it's here to serve students and families.
Sure, great, yeah. So the Talon One Service Center is located on the Kennesaw campus and the Marietta campus, and we're strictly there to answer any questions, whether they come by phone or email or in person, about anything dealing with campus. We have a lot of knowledge. We have students working in there, so they've been the same place where you are today. So they can give you firsthand experience on how to connect with people on campus, how to get that parking permit, you know, where's the best place to eat on campus. So they have a lot of knowledge that they can give you. So we are there strictly to help answer any questions you have. And parents, we can also help you because I know you have some questions.
Yeah, so Talon One is a great resource. As we go through our session today, Crystal's here to give us some insider tips from Talon One on how to really make sure that you are fully prepared to come to campus in the fall. And so really quickly, want to talk about our campus services department. So in total, we are 13 different departments inside this campus services umbrella. And these include housing and dining, parking, the bookstore, things that you're probably already familiar with. But we also have some other smaller departments that are equally important, such as student health services, Talent Express, and some other ones that we're going to talk about later. But today, if you've already been to new student orientation, this is going to be a wonderful refresher. If you were maybe snoozing off a little bit during that morning session and you're more awake now, this is a great refresher about those 5 things that we really think are really important for our students to do before coming to campus related to these campus services departments. And so you've already probably seen this, or if you haven't, this is a preview to what you're going to see at new student orientation from us at Campus Services. But we've got a QR code on the screen right now in the top left that is a really helpful guide, and that summarizes a lot of the information that we're going to talk about today. And so we really want you to scan this, visit our website to view it as well. It's a great reference for you for some of these things that we're going to talk about. And if you forget everything that we've talked about today, go back and look at this PDF. It's really going to be helpful. And so,
or call Talon One.
Or call Talon One. Exactly. We're going to talk about that a lot. We're going to say call Talon One, reference our website, check your email.
Sure.
That's basically like our whole presentation in 3 points. Check your email, visit our website, call Talon One.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about these 5 things. And then, like I said, Crystal's going to be giving us some insider tips from a Talon One perspective on how to make sure that you are being set up for success before coming to campus. And so the first thing we're going to talk about is for those residential students who are going to be living with us this fall. We're so excited. I know that Talon One gets tons of questions about housing, and you probably reached out to them during the housing application process, but that's done. That's in the past. We're excited, and we're looking forward to bigger and brighter days with Move In 2021. And so the dates are on the screen for you right now. It's August 12th through the 14th. And so August 12th through the 14th, we're going to be moving in students on the Kennesaw campus. August 13 and 14, we're going to be moving students in on the Marietta campus. And we're not going to dive in too much into move-in because we actually have a live event where I will be joined by Chris, and we will be giving so much detail about move-in. So check-in information and day of logistics and what to bring, what not to bring. We'll be covering all of that on July 27th at 7 o'clock. And we also encourage you to visit our website. So our move-in page is going to be constantly changing throughout the summer as we get closer and closer to these move-in dates. There will be more information on the screen, on the webpage available for you. So we highly encourage you to check that. If on the slide that we can show you right now, it's going to have the QR code to our move-in page. So if you take out your phone camera and scan it, you'll be able to go to our move-in page and see the information that we've got there for you right now. And like I said, be sure to be checking that and your student email constantly.
Sure.
And your student email.
And
That's
your
always
student email.
that point that we got to make. Now, we know that we are getting lots of questions constantly to Talon One, to our Instagram about the wait list. And so if you are on the wait list, we want to give you some insider information or really just some tips to help you along this process. As of right now, we've placed over 300 students across all populations into beds, and we will continue to do that throughout the summer. But I know that Talon One gets a lot of questions from students
we do.
or maybe parents who have students on the wait list. So what are some tips or some advice that you can give these students and families who are maybe feeling a little bit anxious during this time as they are on the wait list?
Sure. So just like Catherine said, I think one of the main things we need to emphasize here is we do place a lot of students off of the wait list throughout the summer. So there's really no need to panic yet, parents. There's an option, there'll be availability. So you just need to really stay abreast in the housing portal. Follow the number. Your number on the wait list, that's alive, it's in real time, so you will see it as it decreases and you get closer to being offered a room. You want to make sure that you continue to check your information in the housing portal. You want to check your student email. You are officially a KSU student now.
Yeah.
So that is the method of communication for the university with you. So forget about that Gmail. students.kennesaw.edu.
Yes.
That is the method of communication. So check the websites, check your housing portal, make sure you're checking your email. If you get a phone call from a 470-578 number, it is KSU.
Yes.
So by all means, pick it up. It's not a robocall, it is KSU.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure you pick that up. It may be an offer of a bed and you have 48 hours to accept that offer.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure you get that information and get that taken care of.
Yeah, absolutely. And really what we emphasize with families and students is that you're the only person who knows it's best when it's time to look for something else, right?
Sure,
so
right.
If you know that you live 3-4 hours away from campus and you're not going to be able to maybe commute or live at home for the first semester or something like that, then you'll want to start maybe looking off campus at this point. But really it's a personal decision. We can't tell you when we'll be able to place you because we can't guarantee a placement for any student on the wait list. But like Crystal said, we do work through that wait list quite often. We're placing students twice a week into available beds, and so just make sure that you are watching that constantly. Right. We hope that gives you a little peace of mind. Sometimes the wait list is a little bit tricky because we wish we could have literally every student living on campus, but unfortunately the demand is just higher than the beds that we have available right now. But for those students that are living with us on campus and want to see their spaces for the fall, I know you've heard this probably quite a few times, but virtual tours.
Virtual tours.
So we have virtual tours of every single floor plan available. So that's every bedroom, every unit that we've got a floor plan of, so 3x3, 2x2, 4x4, all of those, we've got them available on our website, as well as some of those community spaces. And so we really, really encourage you to look at those. It's going to give you a pretty accurate view of what the room looks like, so you can at least get a feel for it. And also know, what kind of, do I have space for a little chair or whatever? Like, this will give you a good visualization.
And there's a great measuring tool on the
Yes,
website
absolutely.
too, that you can actually measure how far it is from your bedside to the other side of the room.
In case you want to get a rug.
If you want to get a rug.
Yeah.
So the measuring tool is really great. And if you have trouble with that, give us a call at Talon One. We'll be glad to walk you through how to use that product.
Absolutely, that's such a great feature. And we want to encourage students that if you are going to be coming to a new OWL welcome event, a NOW event, these are events that are being hosted by New Student Orientation, and it really gives you an opportunity to get a feel for campus before classes start. They're free events, and so we really encourage students and their families to come with them. The screen right now has a QR code that you can scan to sign up for one of these events if you haven't already. we really would love to see you before school starts. And we're offering housing tours on these events to some of our residence halls. So on the Kennesaw campus, we're showing a model room in University Village Suites, and KSU Place. And on the Marietta campus, we're offering a tour to Hornet Village. And so this kind of just gives you an opportunity to see some of these spaces in person, get a feel for what the residence halls look like, and honestly just enjoy the campus. It's so beautiful, even though it's so hot these days. And it's been raining, but even during the rain and the heat, campus is beautiful. And so we really want you to experience it. If you haven't signed up for one, please sign up so that we can see you before school starts. And of course, if you have any other questions about housing, please reach out to the Talon One Service Center. They are so knowledgeable. Visit our website, ksuhousing.kennesaw.edu, and join us for that live event July 27th as we get ready for move-in. So that's housing. I feel like that's like, okay, that's a big one.
That's a big one there. So yeah.
But now we're going to talk about something that I know a lot of students have questions about, which is parking. And so if you are planning to bring a car to campus, this is really important information. And Crystal, can you tell us a little bit about parking permits and all that kind of stuff?
Sure. So parking, the first thing you want to do if you're planning to bring a car to campus, or even if you're going to be a commuter and you're driving your car, not just living on campus, you want to go to the parking website, which is parking.kennesaw.edu. There's a lot of information there, including rules and regulations. It talks about the license plate visibility platform that we use. We don't have a sticker that you actually put on your car. We use your license plate, and our parking ambassadors scan that so they know where you're supposed to park. So your permit is actually linked to the vehicle that you're driving. But so after you go to that parking website and you look over those rules and regulations, and it gives you the information on purchasing a permit, then you're going to go to parkingportal.kennesaw.edu, and up on the left-hand side, well, you're going to log in with your KSU credentials. Once again, you are now a KSU student, so that is your guide tool for everything you
You're
need.
going to memorize it
You're gonna
so
memorize
quickly this
that.
summer.
You're going to know that.
Yeah.
So you're going to log in with your credentials, hit your duo, and then you're going to go up to the left-hand portion of that page, and you're going to hit Get Permit. And then it's going to show you all the permits that are available. And then you're going to select your permit. You're going to go through another series of radio buttons where you're going to agree to all the rules and regulations that you hopefully just read when you went to the parking portal to begin with. And then you'll just keep hitting next and scroll down, and it'll take you to the payment portion, and you just hit process payment, and it'll take that payment and put it over in your AliExpress, which is your student account.
Right.
So that's how the parking portal works. Very simple. You'll link your vehicle, purchase your permit. It'll drop down in AliExpress. If you have classes on the Kennesaw and the Marietta campus, you only need to purchase one permit. Right. And those permits are reciprocal on both campuses. So if you are a residential student on the Kennesaw campus, on our maps, you're going to see the blue area, which is residential parking. When you flip over to the Marietta campus, on their map, you'll see the blue parking, and that's where you're able to park over there. So as long as you park within the correct color code on the map, you'll be fine to park on either campus.
Yeah, and so I think one of the questions we also get is what happens if maybe I'm getting a new car and I don't have it yet, but I want to buy a permit, or I've got two vehicles that I usually use. Do I need to purchase two permits? I know we've gotten a few questions about that, so can you talk a little bit about that process?
Yeah, you don't have to purchase separate permits for each car. I myself sometimes drive my husband's car, so I just have to add that car onto my account.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, you can't drive, those two cars on my account can't be on campus at the same time. Right. So you can have more than one car on your account, but they cannot be on campus at the same time. So, you know, one permit is for one car while on campus. But if you have to drive a rental car, or you've got a temporary tag and then you need to go back in and put in your permanent tag, then you'll just have to do that through the parking portal. And once again, the parking website, parking.kennesaw.edu, will give you all those answers and steps in the FAQs on that page.
Yeah, absolutely. We sometimes also get questions about how much are parking permits, and you'll be able to see the prices for those on the website and in the portal, and really just select an option that works best for you and your budget and your family. And so all of that is going to be on that website, so you'll want to check there. But we know that not every student is going to be bringing a vehicle to campus. And so what other options are there in terms of transportation for those students who aren't going to be bringing a car or maybe don't want to drive their car all the time?
Sure. So we have a great internal transportation system called the Big Owl Bus. And we have, I'm not sure exactly how many buses we have running, but they run different routes throughout campus. They also run a route from the Marietta campus to the Kennesaw campus that goes back and forth. And of course that goes down the Peach Pass, so if you ever have to drive to the other campus, it's easier just to get on that bus and let the bus take you.
And so much faster.
So much faster, so much faster. But, and there's a great app that we have called Transloc that you can put on your phone. So it actually shows you all of the bus routes, and it gives you the bus departure and arrival time in real time. So you actually know when the buses are coming. And these buses also go to our off-campus housing.
Right.
So if you're living in off-campus housing, you can leave your car in that lot, and then you can get on the Big Owl Bus and come on to campus.
Yeah, absolutely. They also go to some of our popular shopping locations near campus, like Walmart and Town Center Mall. And so, if you're just needing to run a quick errand or something and you don't want to take your car, the Big Owl Bus is there for you. So more information about parking can be found at parking.kennesaw.edu. Students can register for a parking permit 24 hours after they register for classes. And so if you haven't registered for classes yet, the option to purchase a parking permit won't be available for you. You'll need to wait until you have registered for classes in order to be able to purchase that parking permit. So just be looking out for that. And like we said, if you haven't gone to orientation yet, you'll hear this again there.
You'll hear this again there, so yes.
Yep. And so one of the other things that we want to make sure that we talk about today is the Talon Card. And so the Talon Card is KSU's student ID, and it's also your key to really so many things around campus. And so if you're living on campus, it is the key to your door. If you are going to have a meal plan, it's your entry into the dining hall. It's your way to get into the recreation center, sport events, so many other things.
Check out library books, anything.
Anything is going to be tied to that Talon Card. And so we want to make sure that we are giving you great information that you're going to need to know on how to get that Talon Card. And so Crystal, can you talk to us a little bit about how to get the Talon Card during the summer? What are those steps that students need to follow?
Sure. So there's two options for getting your Talon Card. So the first one is, and you'll see on your screen shortly, is upload your photo and pick up your Talon Card. So that's an online process where you just submit your photo, and then it drops into Talon One if the photo is approved, which could be difficult unless you have gone to the Talon One Card Services website and looked at the do's and don'ts for your card. When you think about uploading a photo, you want to think about when you go to the Department of Motor Vehicles. And you go in there.
Or get a passport picture.
Or passport picture, yes. So it's just a headshot. It's on a solid background. We ask that your background be a solid white background. So if you follow all the do's and don'ts that are listed on the webpage, submit your photo to us. Once that photo is approved, you'll get an email that says, hi, your Talon Card photo has been approved. It will give you another link to schedule an appointment for a date and time that's convenient for you to pick up your Talon Card. So that option is available to anybody. And then the other option we have is you can come into the Talon One Service Center on either the Marietta or the Kennesaw campus. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And we'll be glad to take your photo for you, and we produce your card and hand it to you right then. It takes maybe 3 to 4 minutes, the entire process. The one thing you do have to remember is you will need a current government issued photo ID to pick up your Talon Card. And even when you come after you've done the online photo submission to retrieve your Talon Card, you have to have that current government issued photo ID.
Yeah, and so please read those do's and don'ts very carefully. No Instagram filters, no fun colors, no hand poses. So you'll want to keep that very neutral, and it's very simple if you just follow those quick easy and simple steps. We've talked about, earlier we talked about the Now events, the new Owl Welcome events. And so if you are signed up for one of those, we do have the opportunity for students to just pick up their Talon card that day. And so if you're going to do the online photo submission process, you'll want to make sure that you do that basically as soon as possible.
Sure.
So that you have the opportunity to make sure that your photo gets approved before you come. And it will be very simple because you'll just be able to pick up your Talon card
pick it
and
up
be
and
done.
go right through.
Yeah, but if you don't do that, there will be the opportunity for students to actually get their picture taken on these new Owl Welcome events and leave campus with their Talon cards.
Sure.
And so we want to make sure that you just keep that top of mind if you're coming to one of those events. And your first Talon card does have a cost of $14, and it's charged directly to your Owl Express account. And we really recommend not losing it.
Yes,
Don't
for
lose your
sure.
Talon card.
Don't lose your Talon card.
We talked about why, right? It's your key to so many things around campus. And so we encourage students to get something like a card holder or a lanyard like this that they can keep very close to them in their backpacks or on their necks. The bookstore sells these, so you'll want to get the fun KSU branded one. So don't lose your Talon card. If you do, it is $25 to replace that card. And so we've talked about a lot of things. We've talked about housing, we've talked about parking, and we've talked about Talon cards. And so we're going to take a quick break right now to take questions from the viewers, from our students and our parents and guests, and answer just basically one or two questions so that we're able to connect with you, and then we'll keep going with some other information that we want to share. So, questions.
Hey, just want to thank everyone in the chat on Facebook and on YouTube. We are collecting your questions. We're only going to ask a few right now, but we will ask some additional questions at the end of the event, depending on how much time we have. So keep them coming. So Crystal, this might be a good question for you if you guys are getting this in the Talon 1 office a lot. Some students are having some issues purchasing their parking permit, and they've already registered for classes, it sounds like, for fall, but they're having problems seeing the parking permit option. So what is our advice for students who are struggling to purchase?
Sure, and that has been an issue on several accounts, so we perfectly understand that, and the Talon 1 Service Center is here to help and walk you through that. So if you want to either email us or give us a call at 470-578-8663. We'll be glad to try to help you through that. Sometimes it's just a little bit about the classification, and so we can change that on our end and just walk you through that so that you're able to get that parking permit. So no worries, just give us a call.
Awesome, thank you, Crystal. We also got a question about First Flight. So if students are attending Freshman First Flight, that is a program that's open right now. I think they're still taking applications, but they asked if I have already been accepted into First Flight, can I move in early?
Yeah, so students who are going to be participating in First Flight will have the option to move in early. So First Flight is going to take place on the Marietta campus, and so you will be moving in temporarily for a short amount of time to Hornet Village on the Marietta campus. If you're living at Hornet Village, good for you, because you just have to move from one room to another. Yeah, but if you're going to be living on the Kennesaw campus, then you will need to get your stuff out, and then you will be able to move in early to your to your room on the Kennesaw campus or your other offering in Marietta. So yes, there will be that opportunity. We will be communicating further about those early move-in details with you all via your student email, so please make sure that you're looking out for details there.
All right, we'll ask one more question right now, and then we will ask some additional questions at the end. Could you go back to the wait list really quick and kind of just touch on some more information about the wait list? I know we got a question in the comments about the wait list, and I think they might have joined a little late. So could you go back to that, since I know we have several students on the wait list wanting to know when they might hear something, and give them some additional clarity on what to expect from here? Yeah, so it's really hard to say exactly when we'll be able to give you a call, because it just depends on your number on the wait list. When we talked about it earlier, Crystal mentioned about checking the housing portal constantly, and that's really going to be the best place for you to get an accurate, up-to-date time of what your number is on the wait list, right? And the number that you're looking at is your number for your classification, your gender, and your campus, right? And so what you want to do, and really the best piece of advice that we can give you at this point, is to look at that number and say,
how much longer do I really want to wait before I have confirmed housing, right? And so we cannot guarantee housing for any student on the wait list. It doesn't matter if you're number 12 or 200, because we can't predict how many cancellations we're going to receive or how many rooms are going to become available. And so really we are doing our best to make sure that the students that are on the wait list are getting available beds as soon as we have them. We place twice a week right now, and we call you and we email you. And so good piece of advice
Once
that Chris,
again.
yeah, that student email is going to be so crucial, right? So you're going to want to be checking that student email constantly, daily. Put it on your phone as just like your Gmail, because you're going to want to be checking it that often. And you mentioned this earlier, and it's such a good piece of advice. If you see a phone call from a 470-578 number, and then those last 4 digits are going to change, that number is a KSU number, and so that's someone from the university calling you. So make sure that you have a voicemail set up. Sometimes we will call students and it says this person doesn't have a voicemail set up, and we can't get in contact with you, right? And so make sure your voicemail is set up, have patience, and have conversations with your family right now and say, how long are we willing to wait, right? When is it time to look for off-campus options and have backup plans?
Yeah, I think just having a backup plan is a good idea. You know your own comfort level. So, I know in the past there's been times when I've talked to parents and maybe they live, let's say they live in Ackworth, but their student wanted that on-campus experience. So they stayed on the wait list, and they got placed midway through the first semester.
Right.
So they had that feasibility that they lived close enough that they could just commute until they were able to get their housing option.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you yourself know when it's time to
And we
move
will
on.
continue placing students all throughout the summer. We take a very short break for about like a week or two as we prepare for move-in, because our teams are super busy during that time. But as soon as move-in ends, we start placing people again, and we will continue to do so right about until September. So just continue to have patience with that. And if you have more detailed questions about housing, please reach out to Talon 1, and they'd be happy to help you. So thank you for those questions. We will continue taking questions at the end, but we want to share a little bit of more information with you before we take some of those questions about some of our other campus services departments. And so the next department that we want to talk about is the university stores, the bookstore. We love the bookstore. I love shopping at the bookstore. I have so much KSU gear and merch at this point. I feel like my whole closet is black and gold, but you can get merch at the bookstore, but also books. That's the most important thing that you can get is books, right? And so we really encourage you to shop with us for your books. And we actually have a brand new location that's going to be opening on the Kennesaw campus really soon. So if you come and visit us right now, we're under construction. Pardon our dust as we expand and make it better. And so we're going to be opening a brand new location on the Kennesaw campus. And so we are encouraging people to shop with us online or in our pop-up shop. And our pop-up shop right now is located in the market, but we will have maybe some changes. And so we really encourage you to visit our website for accurate hours and an accurate location. And so please make sure that you're visiting there so that you know where to shop with us. And so if you are going to shop with us for your textbooks, we've got several ways for students to save, and we've got rentals, ebooks, day one access course materials, used books. And so there's a variety of options available for students. And one of the great things that is available for our students is that when you shop with us for your course materials, we have the correct edition guarantee. And that is huge, because there's nothing worse than purchasing a textbook and they're like, actually,
yes, we can't use it.
You can't use it because they changed 2 pages and now,
and
now there's a whole new edition, right? But that won't happen when you shop with us because we have the correct edition guarantee, which is awesome. And so during this bookstore renovation, you're going to be able to pick up your textbooks from one of our satellite pickup locations. And so for our students who are living on campus, we're going to have a satellite location really close to our residence hall. So it's going to be a short walk away to pick up those textbooks. And this is going to be during the first week of classes, or you can have them shipped to your home. We're going to be offering free shipping, and that's going to be from July 1st through August 6th, and this is free ground shipping on all textbooks, which is a wonderful deal. And there are some exclusions that apply, but make sure that you're checking that out. One of the great features that the bookstore has on their website, and I'm getting my master's right now here at KSU, and I'm able to like put in my course number or just like the number from my syllabus, and it just pops it up. Or I can put it in my professor, and it'll say, oh, this class, this number, right here, this is the book that you need. And so, and it has a price comparison tool. It's really easy to shop with us for your textbooks. So please make sure that you're checking out that website. And we have so much cool technology on campus. So Owltech is our technology store, and it's located right next to the Talon One Service Center. So I'm sure you're tempted to buy a new iPad every day.
I bought a new computer last year.
Did you?
Got it on sale.
That's awesome. And so Owltech is a great place to shop for those technology needs. We actually have student pricing available at Owltech, so make sure that you take advantage of that. And we are a certified Apple retailer. So if you're needing a new MacBook or iPad or AirPods, make sure that you stop by Owltech before you go anywhere else, because we've got great pricing available. And we are running right now 2 special promotions that we want to mention so that you are having them top of mind. We've got a Dell promotion where if you spend that you get a $100 rebate when you spend $499 on a qualifying laptop. So if you're looking for a new laptop, you get $100 back. That's a great deal.
Great deal.
Yeah, and for our Apple people, I know that they're Apple people. That's me.
That's not me.
That's me. I love that, like, my watch talks to my phone, talks to my iPad, talks to everything. And so for those Apple people out there, if you're looking for a new MacBook or a new iPad, this is a great time to purchase one because you'll get free AirPods with it. And so I love my AirPods. I specifically have AirPods Pro, and what's great about this promotion is that if you're more interested in the AirPods Pro, you can use that $159 credit towards AirPods Pro and just pay the difference, which is awesome. I don't know if my coworkers love my AirPods Pro because I have them on and they're like, Catherine, and I can't hear them. And so this is a great time to be purchasing some new technology at Owltech. Make sure to take advantage of these awesome promotions that we have available for you. And of course, we can't keep out that at the bookstore, you can also get merchandise and apparel. And football is coming up.
Football gear.
Crystal, you're a season pass holder.
Yes.
You want to see all of our students there?
I want to see all of our students there. You want to be there because there is I believe $1,000 scholarship that is given out every home football game to students that go through the gate. It's a drawing. So yes, you definitely want to
be there.
You need to stay till the 4th quarter. So, but yes, it is very important, and you need to definitely be in your black and gold gear.
Wear black and gold. So Black and Gold Fridays. Yeah, Black and Gold Fridays are coming. Fall football is coming. All the other sporting events are coming. You're going to want to fill your closet with some KSU gear. And so make sure that you stop by the bookstore or shop online for all of that. And of course, we can't finish a campus services event without talking about really one of our favorites,
meal plans.
Meal plans and dining. And so meal plans are a great way for our students to feel really connected to campus culture and eat with us on campus. And we're not going to dive too deep into meal plans today because we are going to have a live event on July 13th at 7 o'clock where we will go into so much information about dining and meal plans. So all of our offerings and all of our different meal plan options, we will be talking about them with the dining team that day. So join us, hold your questions, and if you don't want to hold your questions, call Talon One and they can help you. And so please scan the QR code on the screen if you're interested in learning more about meal plans. That will take you to their website, but please join us on July 13th as we go into more information about dining and meal plans. So those were really the top five things. And again, those are all mentioned in that PDF that I talked about earlier. We will share the QR code for that again at the end. But you know, those are really main things that you want to do before coming to campus. But campus services doesn't end there, right? We talked about having 13 different departments, and we want to highlight some of our other departments that aren't these 5 that we just talked about. And the first one being student health services. And you know, with the end of this pandemic that we're coming on to, we've seen a lot of students, really being conscious about their health and making sure that they're taking care of their bodies and their mental health. And Student Health Services is really here to support our students in that.
Yes.
And one of the great things that KSU has been able to do for not only our students, but also our faculty and our staff is offer free COVID-19 vaccines for any student, staff, or employee that wants them. And so if you're coming to campus and you haven't gotten your COVID-19 vaccine and you want to, we are offering it for free to our students. All you have to do is sign up for an appointment. It's so easy, and it's such a quick, it's really, really quick. I got mine here on campus, and it was honestly such a great process. And so we encourage our students who are wanting to get vaccinated to do it here on campus because it is free for our students. And they also, at the Student Health Services, are basically general primary care physicians. Yes. And it's covered by your Student Health Service fee. And so if you're just feeling a little bit under the weather, or you just need to get something checked, stop by one of our clinics. We've got 2 clinics on the Kennesaw campus and 1 on the Marietta campus. And this is really just a great way to get a checkup, make sure that you're doing well. And we also have self-pay options for any services that aren't covered by fees. And so, before, I know that one of the biggest things that they'll do is like, Mom, I don't feel good.
Yeah, I got a cold.
I don't know what to do. Go to the clinic, right? Yeah. Mom, dad, parent, tell them, hey, you need to go to the clinic. They're there for you.
That's right.
That's why we paid the student health fee.
Exactly right.
They're here for you. So make sure that you do that. We definitely wanted to share more about that. The second one that we wanted to talk about very quickly is Campus Postal. So especially for our residential students, you're moving onto campus. That means your address is going to change for maybe those subscription boxes that you have, your anything that you're going to get delivered. So you're going to want to make sure that you check their website, so you learn how to check where you're going to get your mail, how to set up your new address, where to find that new address. All of that is going to be on their website. And we've got a fully operating post office on both campuses. So if you need to send something, a birthday card or a package or whatever, you can do that through the postal services here on campus. And we've got Amazon lockers.
For sure, the best things on both campuses.
Yeah, so both campuses have Amazon lockers. So if you're Amazon Prime like me, it's Prime Day.
Yeah, I get my packages on campus now because
That's so
they come
convenient.
directly to me.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about them coming to my front door.
That's awesome. That's such a good idea. So Amazon lockers are available for our students to use, so you can use those to pick up your packages or also make returns. It's a really, really great way to do that. And then lastly, Talon Express. So Talon Express is our print shop and art store here on campus. And so they are a full service print shop, which means that you can print literally anything.
Anything you want.
Anything at all. Flyers, banners, posters, stickers. They're here to help you with all of that, especially if you've got like a class project coming up and you need to make some kind of portfolio or presentation or anything like that. You can do that through Talon Express, and they've got really great pricing. I also say that for students who are in like registered student organizations that are going to be doing like drives and fundraisers or anything like that.
Homecoming, they're extremely busy.
Yes,
so make
absolutely.
your buttons, make your posters. Yes, they can do all that right there.
Absolutely. And so Talon Express, keep them top of mind. And like I said, they're also an art store. So for our visual arts majors or anyone else who is just interested in being creative, they've got lots of supplies available there for students to purchase. Posters for your room if you want to make them or print them. So Talon Express is a great resource. And that's really just some of our 13 departments. Like I said, really we're here as campus services to make sure that your experience on campus is the best that it can be. And one of the really cool things about campus services is because we are so large, we need people. We need people to work with us. And so we have lots of student employees and student assistants that work with our departments. And Crystal, you have quite a few of them.
Yeah, I mean, the Talon Service Center, since we have offices on Marietta and Kennesaw campus, we have 10 students that work in Kennesaw and 10 students that work in Marietta. So just that one department out of the 13 employs 20 student assistants.
Yeah.
And we're a 12-month employment.
Right.
So it's great. You just register and handshake, load up your resume, get your cover letter. You can apply to all 13 campus services jobs at one time. So yeah, it's just a great resource. I pull all of my employees from Handshake.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're interested in working on campus with campus services or other departments, you're going to want to do that through Handshake. The Department of Career and Planning has a lot of information available about Handshake. And so we really encourage students, what I think is great about working on campus is that it's flexible with your class schedule.
Yes.
And so you don't have to be worrying about, no, I have class and I need to go. No, it's so simple because
I don't give my students hours. They tell me their availability.
Exactly.
So it works out really good, and it's on campus. So they may go to class and then step right into work, then eat lunch, then go back to class, and then come back to work.
Yeah.
So it's a great setup.
Yeah, so as you start the semester, start looking for those jobs. We want you to come work with us and engage with our departments. And so we covered a lot of information, and I know that we've gotten some more questions, and so we'll go ahead and take this time to answer as many questions as we can before we wrap up.
All right, great. Well, we have only had a couple questions come in, and Crystal, Riley is with us. So this is your time to say hello to Riley.
Hello, Riley.
Riley, we were expecting you. We were prepared. And Riley is asking all the move-in questions, and he's just really gearing up for our move-in live event. So, Catherine, do you want to plug that really quick?
Yeah, absolutely. Move-in live event on July 27th at 7 o'clock. We're going to be going into a lot of information about move-in, and it's just basically everything that you will ever want to know about move-in. We'll cover it on that event, and so please join us July 27th at 7 o'clock, and also our website.
And he thinks he has some curveballs for us, but we know the answers to these questions.
Okay.
So Riley wants to know, when is the move-in arrival time selection opening up?
Yeah, so move-in arrival times are going to be opening up basically on July 12th, right? But before that, you'll be able to see a time ticket available where you will be able to select that move-in arrival time. And so it's all going to be based on time tickets, just like the rest of the housing application was.
Right.
Students who have done the housing application are very comfortable with time tickets and aware of how they work. Yeah, and so you'll get a time ticket that will show you when you're able to go into the housing portal and select a move-in day and arrival time. But the days that the move-in time tickets will open is July 12th.
All right, the next move-in question is, and I can answer this if you guys don't know this answer, is how is the meal plan going to work during move-in? How many meals do I get, and how are swipes going to work for those dates?
So it's not swipes, it's entries. And your meal plan will basically be active as soon as you come to campus. And so you'll have entries into the dining hall. So if you're moving in on the 12th, you'll be able to start using your meal plan on the 12th. If you're moving in on the 3rd, et cetera, et cetera. So once you come to campus, your meal plan will be active and you'll be able to start using it then, and it'll just start deducting your entries as normal.
Yes, so our residential students will get 6 meal entries to start using during their move-in. So you'll technically have 2 meal entries that you can use a day if you move in on the 12th or if you move in on the 14th. But more information about that will be available at the dining live event that's coming up here in a couple weeks and at the move-in event. So we'll have lots more time to cover that. And then we had one more question that was about virtual orientation. So when do students register for fall classes, and will they be able to talk to an advisor?
Yeah, so virtual orientations are happening multiple times a week. And during virtual orientation, you are registering for class that day. And I know that they have advisors available there to help students through the process of selecting classes. We always encourage students also, when you have questions about specific departments, reach out to them. They are so wanting to help you and engage with you. So reach out to the Office of Orientation or reach out to them via their social media if you have more specific questions, but students are registering for classes during their virtual orientation sessions.
And those were all of the questions we got. So thank you all for commenting, and thank you, Crystal and Catherine. Back to you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for your questions. As we wrap up, we want to leave you with some just reminder information. Talon One, we've talked about Talon One extensively today.
We are here to help.
Yes, Talon One is happy to help you. Their phone number and email are on the screen right now. Take a picture of it, save it in your phone, reach out to them. They're wanting to help answer your questions. We've also linked are also showing our social media information. And so follow us, keep up with what we're doing, not only throughout the summer, but throughout the fall. We've got so many great things happening in campus services, whether it's like special promotions at the bookstore or events at the dining halls, the residence halls. You want to stay connected with us. And the QR code for that book, that PDF that we were talking about, is also on the screen again. We will have more events just like this. We've talked about them previously. Our dining event is going to be on July 13th. Our housing event for move-in is going to be on July 27th. But we will also have a Q&A session on July 1st on our Instagram. So if you aren't following us on Instagram, please follow us. And the QR code on the screen will take you to our website where we have all of the live events that we will do this summer, so that you have the opportunity to engage with us. And so we hope to see you at our next event. Thank you so much, Crystal.
Thank you for having me.
For joining us today. Reach out to Talon 1, check your student email, and we'll see you at the next one. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Bye-bye.